sorry for pausing, but look at my eyebrows. They just look so bad. It's like, collation. I'm back with another video. So today I'm coming at y'all with story time, I guess, in a way. And I got buku story times coming, by the way. I guess I don't even want it to be a series. I don't know if it's gonna be a series yet because I still have that fake friends series that I gotta finish. But by the way, with that one, just a quick disclaimer: Lily unfollowed me, and I never even really got into what this really done. Oh, and I think I'm gonna blank out my cuss words. I always say that, but I think I'm really about to start doing that. So, anyways, in this my storytime series that I want to do is about Lance, is what I'm gonna name him. And Lance is this dude that I've been talking to since I was like 16 years old, and he is just the definition of trash, like capital TRASH, period. So besides Lance, I had this story time is about this friend I had, and I'm gonna name him Trey, which is, I'm not even gonna say whatever. His real name is not Trey, but Lance is a made-up name about who I'm doing the story time about. But by the way, I named him Lance because y'all know that song by June's Diary. If I don't know if y'all know it, y'all probably don't know who June's Diary is. But June's Diary is like a music group or whatever, and they got this song called Lance, and Lance stand for lying, cheating every day. And I mean, that's just him, like. So that's why I named him Lance. But Trey is a different story. So this is a story about Trey. Let's get into it. So Trey, it was this friend I had, and honestly, I'm not even really gonna bash him. I'm not gonna bash Lance either, even though Lance, I probably will bash Lance a little bit, but I don't hate them. Like, you know, I don't hate nobody. Like, I don't got it in me. So anyways, Trey was a friend I had, and he was so nice. I might put some receipts in this video. I might not, I don't know. So if I see how to do it, I'm gonna put receipts in, because if I see how to put receipts in this video, oh baby, trust and believe, Lance is getting them receipts, period. But anyways, about Trey. So he was this friend I had, nice dude. He was nice off the bat, like off rip, just all around nice dude. Like, I to this day I still think that he nice, but Trey just had up, like. So he was just nice, like we was cool, like we would be like, what's up or whatever, like just talk about crazy stuff, like just friendly stuff. And I ignored him for a long time, and honestly, I mean, because he was like, I'm not gonna say he was lame, but because he's not lame, he just like a friendly type of dude, and I'm not really drawn to friendly type of dudes, and that's probably my downfall, because I like obviously. But so I would just, it's in a way like I would talk to Trey like for months. I would talk to him and then ignore him, and talk to him and then ignore him, and like pop up out the blue and talk to him and ignore him. But we always kind of kept like a mutual ground of talking, because like we would text a lot or whatever, but like we would play iMessage games. Like he would send me 8-ball, I would send him 8-ball cups or something like that, and we'll play iMessage games. And so he would send me iMessage games and we would play, but like he would send me an iMessage game, and then right after it'd be like, hey, and I would ignore the hey and just play them back. And that's how it went about for months, like a long time. Like, this is probably gonna be a short story because like I said, I ignored him for months in a week. And I mean, so we was friendly in that way. Like, I would ignore him, we would play games. Sometimes we would talk, and he would be like, oh, you want to come somewhere with me? And I would ignore it. Like, But an hour later, he would send me an iMessage game, and I would answer back to that. So I guess he kind of caught the hint or whatever. So that's all we would do. But me and Lance or whatever was going through it in a way. Not really going through it like us, F him. But I was like so tired of him. And Trey, oh my goodness, I was about to say his real name. Trey hit me up or whatever. He was like talking to me. He was like, you know, what's up? And so I was like, whatever, what's up? And I think he said something about, oh, you be ignoring me or something like that. And then I was just like, okay, yeah, let me just be honest. Because around that time, I was messing with stupid plants. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just be honest. This ex I have, oh, I don't even want to call him that because he's just so stupid. I was like, this ex I have, I've been talking to whatever, and that's kind of like why I've been ignoring him. And I guess that is kind of like why I was ignoring him more, because he was real nice. And I kind of felt bad about ignoring him. So I was like I was telling him about that, and he was like, oh, why you just didn't tell me or whatever, you know, I would have understood. I was like, you know, whatever. So after that, me and him kind of started talking a little more. I wouldn't ignore him as much. It was like an everyday thing of, hey, what's up, how you doing? He work overnight or whatever, and so he would talk to me. I would stay up late and talk to him while he was at work and stuff like that, and we'll FaceTime every once in a while or whatever. And that's just what it was for a while, like just, hey, what's up? We would talk about a lot of stuff. I would still kind of ignore him, but not all the way. Like, I would talk to him in an everyday thing, but I was still, it was like the ending of me and Lance situation. So as I was talking to Lance less, I was talking to him more. And he was just so nice, like a breath of fresh air from Lance. So I was talking to him or whatever, and then finally, I don't know, one day I was just so bored. Anytime he wanted to link up, I would be like, I got something to do, which I don't think I would be lying, but it was still like a thing of, oh, I still didn't want to link up or whatever. So finally, one day I was just bored. It was a Saturday, bored, laying in the bed. And like I wasn't doing nothing the whole day. And he had hit me up and he was like, hey, you want to do something today? And I'm like, what? Because I don't know. And I was like, I guess. I was like, what you got in mind or whatever. And so he was like, I don't know, you want to do something, you pick or whatever. And that was, what, a few weeks ago? That was when Lion King had first came out or whatever. And so I was like, I guess I want to go see Lion King. So we ended up linking up. And I don't know. If y'all know me, I'm like awkward when you meet me. I'm like, people wouldn't think, but I'm real like shy and just nonchalant or whatever. So the whole time we was by each other, I wasn't really talking to him. He would talk to me and I would kind of like answer him, but I wouldn't really like talking or whatever. And yeah, so we stayed by each other the whole night. Nothing really happened. No, nothing really happened. So we stayed by each other the whole night. The next day, he went home or whatever. And it was just like I talked to him after that. He was like, oh, you was quiet or whatever. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just shy or whatever. He was like, well, I still had a good time with you, whatever. He was like, I want to see you again, But we never saw each other again after that. Like, still to this day, we never saw each other again after that. But we've been talking like every single day. He was like, oh, next time we link up, we could go do this or And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And so he was like, I don't want to say this, but he was like, he always say stuff like that. Oh, you would be a good girlfriend or whatever, but I'm just not even the type to be nobody girlfriend. That's not me. Like, it's just not my personality. Like, I always clown and stuff, and I say I'm meant to be a husband, not a wife, because I'm just too laid back. I'm not the type to be nobody's girlfriend. So that's just what it was with I just said his name. Hi song when you're rewinding. That's just how it was with Trey. So I'm so stupid. So what I was saying. Yeah, so he would always say that. He would be like, oh, you would be a good girlfriend. I'm just like, okay, thank you, whatever. I was like, you know, you nice, but I just want to be friends. Because that's just the type of person I am, period. So I was like, I had asked him one night because, okay, I'm the type to lurk. I'm a private detective. But I was like, you know, lurking or whatever. And I saw him like kind of calling this girl Bae on Facebook. And I'm like, so I'm like, okay, you talking to somebody else or whatever? And he was like, no. And I was like, don't lie to me. And he was like, no, why? And then I was like, who is Bleep? Like, I don't even remember the girl name, so I'm saying Bleep. But he was like, oh, that's my cousin or whatever. They just country, so that's how we talk to each other. It could have been a lie. It could have been the truth, whatever. I didn't even really care because, like I said, we was just friends. So I was like, whatever. He's like, you talking to somebody else? And at that time, I was like, with Lance. So I was like, no, I really don't care to talk to nobody else. Like, honestly, like, fuck everybody else. So I was just like talking to him because he was just a cool person, like as a friend. Like, talk every day. He would be like, how you doing or whatever. If something happened, I would, you know, tell him about it because he was just a cool person. So or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So it's just time passing, and he keep on. He tell me all the time, like, oh, you would be such a great girlfriend. He asked me to be his girlfriend. I was like, we cool. We cool. We cool. So I'm just like, we was cool people. Like, I was warming up to him because he just was a cool person. And so, me being me, in a way, I'm a psychopath. Not really though. Like, in a joking way, I am. But like, don't play with me because like, I'm a private detective. Like, you would never know. Like, you would never know. Like, I'm telling you, I could look up the background. Like, for anybody that's seeing this, you might think you have one over on me, but trust me, I know more than you know. I know. That's what y'all gonna see a lot with Lance. But even most stuff, like, I still have to this day that I'm keeping a secret with Lance just in case. Even though I just don't ever want to talk to him again in my life. But back to Trey. So, like I said, we was warming up to each other more and more. So, but Monday night, today is Thursday. Like, it's Thursday night. It's like midnight, actually. I gotta edit this video tonight to put it up tomorrow. But so Monday night, like Monday, I was talking to Trey during the daytime, like during the morning or whatever. And we was talking, we was cool or whatever. But like I said, he worked overnight. So like, we would talk in the morning. He would go to sleep because, you know, he worked overnight. He would go to sleep for hours and then wake up and then hit me up again. And we'll talk. So that's what happened Monday. So talked to him earlier that day. He went to sleep for some hours and I guess did some other stuff. And then he hit me up later. But when he hit me up, what he didn't know was I have, and you would never know, I have buku fake Instagrams that you would think is a real person. They be talking to people and all kind of stuff like a real person. You would think. And it's me. And that's how I am with buku Facebooks. You would think you're talking to somebody and it's yours truly. And I just find out so much information on that. I'm telling you, like, I'm a private detective. Like, even off for social media, like, I'm a private detective. Trust and believe. If you think your nigga cheating, hit me up. Period. But But so that's what I got on one of my fake Facebooks that you would think is real. Like I'm telling you, I wouldn't think if I was seeing on Facebook, I wouldn't think that it's fake. Like it's like a psychopath would have to make that if it was fake, because it just seems so real. But I'm not a psycho. I'm just a private detective. Hire me. But so I have that Facebook, and so I had been, because I already know me, I had been sending him a friend request. And honestly, some people that I spy on and I want to spy on, they would send their page a friend request. Stupid, like. So I sent him the friend request, and like I didn't have to hit him up, I didn't have to like nothing for him or nothing like that. He come, hey, thanks for the request, da da da, X, Y, and Z or whatever. And so me, and that's just not the type of person that I am. Like for me, if I was to get that in my regular inbox, I would ignore it. Like I would read it and not answer it back. So on now, I hit him back and I was like, thanks, handsome, or something like that. And he go hit back, talk about, oh yeah, something like that. Oh, thank you, you beautiful too, or something like that. So I'm like, okay. So at the same time, he's talking to me like through text messages and talking to her on Facebook inbox. So he talking to me, and as he talking to her, he like taking longer to respond to me. Sir, what do you think this is? So he talking to her, and he like, oh yeah, what you like to do, where you from, da da da. And she's answering him back in her way, and I'm answering back in my way, and I'm like, what's up or whatever. I sent him 8 ball or whatever. He taking forever to answer back. I'm like, what you did today? He tells me, oh, I went by my uncle or whatever, and slept or whatever. And he tell her, and he told me that he was drunk or whatever, but he told her, he was like, oh yeah, I was by my uncle today. The same thing. I was by my uncle, whatever. So, so after that, he just taking longer and longer to respond to me, but he responded to her like, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, you acting different. And honestly, once I made it clear like that we would have never been nothing, and we would have only been friends, he already been kind of not acting weird, but acting like not standoffish. I don't know how to explain it, but not like how he used to be. So he was just taking a little longer to reply, but I see that he replied to her dummy fast. But I guess because, okay, I'm just your friend, and the way you replying to me, like, a friend, and he replied to her like she seemed like she interested in him, so he just replied to her fast or whatever. So he taking long to reply to me or whatever, and I'm like, oh really? And he replied to her like, oh yes, da da da. And I asked him as her, I'm like, are you talking to other people? Because I'm talking to, I have a few male friends. And he gonna say, yeah, I have, a couple of female friends or whatever that I be talking to, but it's nothing serious. Fair answer, good answer. So I'm to him as me. I'm like, why you not playing back? And he like, oh, I didn't see you send a game, send one again or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then he opened it because he have his red thing on. He opened it, and I see that he opened it about 10 minutes ago, and he replied to her fast. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm like, oh, whatever, forget it. He opened that, didn't reply. So then I said, bye, Trey. And he was like, I forgot what he said, but he said something like, well, all right, then bye, something like that. And to her, he just a reply like, you know. Oh, da da da, I work here. I'm not gonna put out where he work. I work here. And she like, oh yeah, I done been up before. Da da da. And I was like, yeah, maybe we could meet. And he was like, oh yeah, we could meet when you come or whatever. And so I'm like, wow, okay. And so I'm like, wow, okay. And so he like, what? He said, you said bye. And he's normally never like that. Like if I say bye, which I don't really do that much with him, but if I was to say bye, he would be like, why? You know, but this time he was just like, whatever, bye. So with her, he was like, you know, talking to her, and so I'm like, you acting real funny. And he like, what you mean? And I was like, well, all before you act this way, but now you're acting some type of way. And he just, in a way, kind of like blew up. He like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not acting no type of way. You always saying that I'm acting some type of way. Da 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 da. You know what? I'm about to just start saying to myself, he never, ever came at me like that before. When I say never, I mean never. So I'm like, oh, you acting bold because you think that you got another on your clock. All right, bet. That's a winner. That's a good one. All right, I got it. So he caking with her, me, and she like I'm like, well, if you was talking to them girls or whatever, would you cut them off for me if we was to be together? And he was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm not the type to cheat. I would cut them off 100. Man, this thing gonna fly, bro. This is just pissing me off. Like, trust me, this bitch getting out of here real soon. Period. But anyway. So I'm like, he like, yeah. So I asked him, he was like, something about a date or whatever. And I know we went to the movies like and chilled and kicked it or whatever. So I was like, well, when the last time you ever been on a date? He gonna say, oh, you know, well, I never really been on a date before, to be honest. And so me as her, I was like, never even like to the movies. I went to eat on that like that. And he was like, well, yeah, I went with this girl or whatever, but it was just like hanging out. It wasn't like a date, which is true. That's all it was. So I was like, oh, you went to the movies with somebody? I was like, well, she must have been a lame or whatever. This nigga replied, like, so cool, me and him so cool or whatever, da 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 da. He gonna say, oh yes, she was very lame, wasting my time. And I was just laughing because I'm like, okay, wasting your time, but you keep on hitting me up trying to be like, oh, when we gonna link again? Da 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 da. So I'm like, all right. So I said, so the girl is 25 and he's 25. He's 25 years old and she's 25 or whatever. And I had asked him previously, I was like, you like girls your age or younger or whatever? And he was like, I like them more my age and older. That's what he said. And she was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I like my age or older too. And he was like, oh yeah, okay, we'll be the perfect age or whatever. Da da da, talking about her. So I was like, well, how old is she? She must be a child. And he was like, not really, she 20. I'm 20. He's like, not really, she 20. And me replying to him, I was like, oh, well, she's still young. I was like, oh, I hope you cut her off if she was that lame. And he gonna say, oh yes, I cut her off. He was like, oh yes, what did he say? Oh yes, I cut her off. I ain't had time for that. And so I said good with the laughing emoji. And so I'm texting him like, wow, you really acting bold. Like, to me, as me being really me, I'm like, wow, you really acting bold of it. And like I said, he gonna tell me, I was like, whatever, you know what, you fake that, you're a compulsive liar, you lame. I was like, and I'm a lame anyways. And he wasn't even clicking that to him being the other girl, like me as her. And he was like, yeah, I'm fake, whatever. If you say so, I'm fake, whatever. So I'm like, just going off him, stupid. So I go to the message, screenshot what he said about me, go text him stupid from her. And he was, no, so after that he was like, what are your hobbies or something like that to her. And then I just text him as her and said stupid, and he read it. I screenshot the part of me being her and sent it to him, and he was like, whatever. And he was like saying something kind of like to fuss with me again, and he was like, oh my gosh. He was like, oh my gosh, that's you? Oh my gosh, man, I up. Like, he was stupid. He was like, I'm sorry, I up. Why would you do that? Like, why would you make a fake page and do that? And I was just like, and I was like, nope, oh well. And he was like, man, or whatever. And so I was, after that, I was like, you acting real bold, not today, since you think you got another on your top. So so he was like, I'm sorry, oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. And I'm like, yeah. I said, and then I said, not only, I was like, then you got the nerves to be want to run your mouth about me with another. And he was like, I'm sorry, or whatever, I messed up, I wish I could make it up to you. And I'm just like, wow, you know, you bold. And I told him, I said something which my feelings really wouldn't even hurt. I was kind of more so laughing about it, like asked my aunt. I had slept to my grandmother's house that night. I was like laughing about it. He was like, I was like, you know, in a way, but in a way I was kind of like, at the same time, because like, why would you talk bad about me? Like, it was cool. Like, I was like, in a way, my feelings low-key hurt, because you up for that, because we was cool. And he like, I'm sorry, I didn't know you was going to do that. I didn't know you was going to make a fake page. He was like, and I'm not used to having, you know, female friends. I don't know why I did that or whatever. And so I'm just like, whatever, stupid, da da da. I'm like, well, what I did for you to go run and talk about me? And he was like, nothing, you didn't do nothing at all. It's me, I'm stupid. Like, flipping it on him, like, making, you know, just like, oh, I'm stupid. Like, I should have never did that. And I'm just like, whatever, or whatever. And so I was just like, bye, Trey. Bye. And I sent him a little gift, because I love sending gifts through text or whatever. So I sent him a little gift, and I was like, the little Toy Story one, and I was like, bye, partner, or something like that. And I never talked. He sent me a little Despicable Me gift or whatever, but I never talked to him after that. The next day on Instagram, he posted a story and was like, every time I have something good, it up. And he was like, it was like some of the little sad emojis or whatever. I'm gonna try to put that in here if I put the receipts in too. But yeah, I never talked to him since. That all happened Monday. And I mean, I don't hate him. He probably think I'm mad at him. I think it's funny. Like, we wouldn't even together. I just think, honestly, if it was something like that, like, I wouldn't even be mad at him. I would probably still be talking to him. But the part me up is like, why talk bad about me and then lie and say that you don't got time for that? You left me alone or whatever. But, and call me lame and stuff like that. Like, you got up, Trey. You really got up. But at the same time, I'm not even really mad at him because we wouldn't even really nothing. I'm sorry. Like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. I'm not even really mad at him. Like, it's like a thing of like, Trey, you got but at the same time, like, I'm not hit. I never hit him up since, but like whatever. It's whatever. Like, we would never be nothing because I see the type of nigga you is. And I thought you was nice, but you know, it's at the end of the day, like, a lot of like, I'm not gonna say all, but 85%. But it's whatever. Like, I'm not really mad at him. If you was to see this Trey, like, I am not mad at you. It's whatever. No, you know what? At the end of the day, I am kind of mad at you. By this much, I'm still kind of mad at you. So anyways, that's just my little story about Trey. It's just stupid, a little stupid situation that just recently happened that I wanted to get out. But next, I was trying to do a video about Lance tonight, but I don't know if I want to do this big long story talking about Lance and just bunch up stuff together or do a series about Lance. But Lance, I need a series. But I just, to me, like, I'm so done with him. Like, I don't even want to put no more energy into him. Like, I'm just done with him. But I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm just done with him. But it's whatever. Lance, I mean, Trey, you blew it. But at the end of the day, we probably could still be cool. Like, maybe one day. But for right now, I'm still kind of pissed off with you. But I'm not really pissed off in a way. But Lance is coming next, and y'all beware. I might try to finish my, I don't know, because that's what I want to do with that Storytime series with the fake friends. I want to jump around, and I don't really want to step on too many toes because I do still kind of like some of the people that I want to tell stories about. But at the end of the day, y'all still disappointed. But I don't know. So I'm going to try to get that one out. If not, I might do Lance in between. Maybe not. Maybe finish that one and do Lance. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see. Comment down below. Please and thank you. I love y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe. I need to get back up. My channel, as of right now, have 39 subscribers. Yes, my old channel did have 400 subscribers, and I was discouraged about that. But guess what? I'm back, and that's on period. And the videos keep on coming. So haters, keep hating. Period. Bye, y'all.